Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. I even forgot to hit the live button. What is wrong with me? That's crazy. That's unbelievable how I forgot to hit the live button. Well, that just sums it up even more. So we'll just go through the order, through the top 10 one more time. Do apologize about that, the late start and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I didn't even hit the live button either. Well, welcome. If you're not just tuning us here to sorry for the late broadcast, MaxspeedTV live here on ACOG, trying to go to speed in this opening conversation to pull ourselves up here for round number 3, actually round number 4 technically, for this ACOG iRacing Super Speedway Series Truck Series at Deca. Woohoo! We're about to go green. This thing's about to go green. I'm just being repetitive now. Yeah, shoot. Whatever. We're here. Green. We're live. Green flag up and away. And let's kick some butt here at Talladega. Here for tonight. Green flag is out. Dewey's finally in the booth. Let's kick some ass. Oh, well. And we do not talk about what just took place for the last 5 minutes. Nothing just happened.
I'm completely oblivious to what happened in the last 5 minutes, but I'm not oblivious to is the fact that we're under green flag here at Talladega. This is round number 4 of the Super Speedway Series here in ACOG, and as we make our way into turn 3, got a close battle up front for the race lead already, and a couple trucks have already dropped onto the apron to get out of harm's way. And that was a questionable block there out of turn 4. We're going to be all 3 wide here coming through the tri-oval as one truck will go onto the apron to avoid a potential incident. And at the line, looks like it's going to be that truck in the middle, just by a nose.
Yeah, that's Kenny Brady.
That's Rally Mirabello.
Yeah, oh, that's Mirabello up on high side, but it's Kenny Brady on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's being led by, looks like, that might be Blaze Brinkley, but we're going to go 3 wide as the 34 is going to split the middle. Might go 4 wide as we go down the back. We're liking already.
That didn't take long. Multiple trucks are going to spin here down the back straightaway. Caution number 1 of the night is going to be out. The 24, one of those involved. And just as I say that, it looks like we're somehow not going to have a caution for that. Okay. I don't know how that wasn't a caution, but that's going to really spread the field out. And that's going to allow both Hunter Johnson and David Bachman to get themselves up in the top 5. Or Austin Johnson, rather.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what caused that, dude. But looks like, oh, Kenny Brady just...
He came up a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how that wasn't a caution. There were at least 4 or 5 trucks there, but the top 5 are pretty much gone now as a result.
So, to stay green because of it, and my gosh, look at this field. It got spread out real quick.
A couple trucks on pit road as well getting damaged. That's really going to set them back here in the early goings. As the couple trucks towards the front, looks like 7 or 8 of them have already formed up 2 by 2 again. And it's going to be Mirabello leading the lap at the line here to complete lap 3. He'll move back down to the bottom, and that's going to allow... Looks like Peter Kenny and Benjamin White to get to the lead up on the top side.
Not a smart decision to block like that.
Yeah, pretty chaotic start to the night already. The broadcast kind of started on a out of nowhere, and now we got a wreck out of nowhere that didn't cause a caution. But hopefully things will kind of settle in here over the next 10-15 laps so we can get our feet underneath us here.
Yeah, still about trying to set some stuff up too right now.
Yeah, still about an 8-truck breakaway here at the front. Everybody else about 5 or so seconds back. And as a result of that wreck and different people slowing down different amounts, there's going to be a couple of pods of trucks spread out throughout the field. So we'll see how long it takes for those to get packed up into a bigger pack again, or if we see another yellow that maybe will help that happen sooner. They go 3 wide for the lead in the 3, though. You see a couple of trucks still on pit road.
Yeah, just looking around through the pack after that big incident. We got a big pack here, around like 5 seconds back. It's another 10 seconds back and 16 seconds back. Just everybody spread out after that big scuffle down the back. Unfortunately, it's taken out a few drivers. Matthew Klein looks like is out. I
think Dubern as well.
Yeah, Dubern's out.
And it's out of a full 43 truck field too, which I believe is the first time that's happened all season.
That's right.
Oh, ooh, that I thought was going to be a wreck right there, but thankfully it wasn't. I think somebody got a bad push. They were down the back, but Austin Johnson in the 2, now your race leader. You're on lap 6. Or at least I believe that's Austin Johnson. I don't know if that's Hunter in 4th or Justin. I'm not. There's 3 or 4 different Johnsons here in ACOG, but the caution's out regardless, and it's a wreck in that secondary pack out of turn 4. The 18 of Jacob Oliver, one of those collected, as well as the 50, and that's Charlie Byers. So this will greatly benefit those involved in that first incident that are still out on the racetrack, as this will give them a chance to get their damage fixed. Oh, the lead car got spun, the 118. And it looks like the 18 and the 50 got collected behind it. I'm not quite sure who that 118 is. Oh, Storm Patterson looks like.
Yeah,
a lot of people with new numbers tonight.
Yeah, that's right. So, let's see what happened. Mitch just ran over the 118.
I think the 118 washed up a tiny bit, and that allowed that to occur. And he saved it nicely, but the 18 of Jacob Oliver took a big hit to the outside wall. Unfortunately, his night may be over already. So this caution gives us an opportunity to kind of settle in a little bit. Kind of had a pretty chaotic start to the night. Let's get on board here behind the 118, and there you go. That's Mitch Hobbs on board there in the 89. And that's how it happened.
Pit road's open. Everybody gonna fly down on in and slap on, some fuel.
So this caution gives us a bit of a breather here. We'll pull up a little bit of a race analysis if we have it ready here.
Don't even have that ready.
Well, that's well, it's Talladega. It's 2.66 miles in length. That's, I would assume general knowledge, I guess for most people here on the service. The longest oval that NASCAR goes to, 33 degrees in banking in the corners. They've been racing here in Cup since 1969. Already 7 laps completed. Still 67 to go once they cross the stripe next time. And I'm not sure what the fuel window is going to look like today, but if I had to guess, it's probably going to be somewhere between 30 and 35 laps, given that we have 75% fuel here for these races.
That's right. It should be around 30-ish laps. So we've taken out 37th or 43rd, so looks like
we're down 7 cars already.
Yeah, got a bunch of cars who have damage as well. So It's like Connor has damage, Oliver has damage. Dadgar seems he's fine for right now. All these people who are on pit road might be taking some optional repair. And usually in the truck, if you have at least a minute off optional, that's all repairable and you can get yourself back on the racetrack, but when it's over a minute, that means it's gonna be a hard battle for you to be staying in that pack.
Yeah, if you go over a minute, likely means they're going to shut the engine off doing repairs, and if that's the case, you're more than likely down RPM, which, in other words, means you're going to have a pretty long night. So, hopefully nobody has that much damage, but with the couple incidents you've had so far, a car like Jacob Oliver that took the hit that he did, he's probably going to be down some speed, unfortunately.
Pretty sure we're gonna get a 1 to go signal. So we'll go ahead and restack it up. It's like 6 people stayed out, everybody else decided to go and top off the fuel. Alright. Go ahead, try it again. Hopefully everybody just, settled on it. So we got Lewis Galvin, David Bachman, Riley Marabello, Max Yerk, and Mark Austin gonna round out the top 5. And now we have, a set of new names here. We got Tara Brinkley inside this top 6. Ethan Harrison, but looks like Mitchell Armstrong is in 14th. Gentry's in, looks like 15th right now, so seems as though the only really new name we see is Tara Brinkley in the number 40, so
a lot of single file restarters as well. A good chunk of the field came back down to top off on gas, so they will not be able to restart double file. We're back under green as 84. Bachman got a little bit of a sluggish restart, but he'll still have plenty of push from the truck behind him to where it will not be an issue, as Lewis Galvin will lead us back to the green here in turn 1.
The field stacks up as they work themselves into the corner. Up at the bottom, up on the bottom, that's pretty ironic how I said that. Down on the bottom is Lewis Galvin, is that number 31. They're going to thread down the back straightaway now.
Yeah, all those
back in line.
Yeah, all those trucks that started single file getting bunched up fairly quick here. So it would not surprise me to see a couple of those folks dive down under the apron and maybe go towards the back, because we've seen time and time again that when the field stacks up like that after a pit stop, we often see another incident happening. So hopefully I'm wrong and that doesn't happen again tonight, but history says it may be possible here.
3 wide, as looks like the triple one of Riley Marabello wanted to block out the middle. Not going to happen as he gets split out. I think one of the drivers who's making his first starts here tonight is that triple 11, but we're going to go 3 wide because of it. It's just 2 over the high side. He has the 15 of Benjamin A. White as a pusher. Austin Johnson at number 2. He led the lap at the line as well.
I think Marabello has run 1 or 2 super speedway starts or races already this season, so he's had a couple races under his belt here so far, but still fairly new, generally speaking. Running well so far, up in that top 5. I believe he's already led a couple laps as somebody almost got blocked into the wall there in the middle of turn 3. Everybody keeps it going, but a close call there around 10th place. Through the tri-oval, looks like the 2 of Johnson will come back down to the bottom, and he will lead the lap at the line. He'll jump back up to the middle to secure it, though. as here comes Max Urich in the 6 up the middle to try to take the lead away.
They're pinching real hard up on that third lane. I mean, look at that triple 11. He's running that second lane. He came down on Urich enough to clear him, but that third lane having a big run. That's, I think, DeAngelis. They're up on the high side. I'm not really sure, but they're going to the front anyway.
That is a huge push down the back on the top side. Bachman dipped out of there. Maybe he senses a wreck incoming and doesn't want to be involved in it. As it'll be DeAngelis clearing down to the bottom, and that was a push, I believe, from Kenny Brady in the 079. Now Brayson Collins up there by himself in the 5, but he'll have reinforcement shortly as we got contact there between DeAngelis and Johnson. The field scatters there toward past the pit entrance. Everybody holds on, but the 2 is going to be left out here and will lose quite a few positions.
Yeah, I think Johnson and Brady made contact off of 3, off of 4, and that sort of shuffled the field in a moment, and now new names are starting to work themselves inside this top to the top of the scoring board. You got the 6 of Urich, but it looks like he's going to get left out. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't like how antsy they are so far. The way they've been racing the last couple laps, I think they might end up wrecking again pretty soon. As Urich's blinking as well there into turn 3, which of course, nothing he could do about it, but never helps a situation like this. As side-by-side for the lead now out of 4 is Benjamin White with a help from, I believe, Brinkley in the 40. Will make a run up top, and we'll try to get the lead away from the 6. That's Brady up there. Pretty hectic last 5 or so laps.
Yeah, luckily they kept it straight, especially after that contact off of turn number 4, as Benjamin's going to block the high side on Brady. And it's going to be Frimpong going to try to scoot himself through the middle. And we're going to go 3x3 because of it. Oh, yeah. Frimpong!
And, we almost had it saved, and now we're going to wreck again. Kenny Brady in the 079 just got hooked down into the inside wall, the 14, and he comes back up the hill, collects the 74. Another truck goes spinning into turn 3. Caution back out here on lap 14, and they tried and tried and tried to save it, but something had to give, and it gave big there in turn 3. I think it would have stayed green if the 079 hadn't come back up, but with how big the wreck was anyway, caution probably should have come out regardless.
Yeah, they started to wreck down.
I just don't know why Brady gassed it back up the hill like that.
Yeah, no reason
I don't know if he hit the wall or not, but it didn't look that bad. And it looks like Frimpong got a bad push there from Johnson. Mitch was the one that got hooked by the 53. There goes Kenny, and a big hit there. I think that's Storm Patterson again, so he got hit hard in both wrecks tonight. Bachman, who dropped out of the top 5 a couple laps ago to avoid the wreck, ended up in it anyway. There's Woody as well in the 74, and I think there were a couple of other trucks also involved towards the rear of that. So a bad night gone worse for Storm Patterson and a couple other trucks with a potentially race-ending amount of damage as well. Now, we've got to look at it here. If you see Frimpong try to dive down to the middle out of 2, and the 2 of Johnson's going to give him a shot right there, and it's going to get him a bit too squirrely. And I think he would have had it gathered up if Mitch wasn't there. And there was secondary contact right ahead of that between Brady and Patterson, and Bachman back there, he got run into, and he might have flipped over. That 84 got a good amount of air back there. So there were 2 separate pieces of contact that were separate from the actual wreck. And there you saw that green and blue truck back there, the amount of air he got, and a lot of other trucks scurrying through the grass. So all in all, I think we had about 10 trucks that got collected in that entire melee.
Yeah, let's see, back here. This is when...
I think he got run over.
I'm not sure by who, though.
I think he sees the wreck up there, and he starts checking up. And that black truck just came up and got right into the back of him. And there he goes, and that's Brady coming back up off the bottom.
That's the 13 of Mitchell Armstrong, who ended up.
And that blue truck hit hard too. I'm not sure. I couldn't catch the number on it. That was ugly. Would have probably been a 1 or 2 truck incident just like that. Just a couple slight pieces of contact ended up being about 8, 9, 10 trucks total.
Pit road's open. Not really close to relative window to be sure we're not gonna have to stop one less time. Gotta wait around, like, I'd say that lap 30-ish mark.
Yeah, I think there's going to be one more stop after this. With 58 to go, an estimated window, I think, of about 30 laps. It should be good to the end, though it might be a bit close.
Yeah, that's right. So you should have to pit with around like 30-ish to go.
Yeah, if we spill over a bit into overtime, that might necessitate another round of pit stops. We saw that, I believe it was the Super Speedway Series, I want to say 2 weeks ago at the ARCA cars, where Mitch Hobbs and I think a couple other people stayed out on basically a lap of fuel left for the first overtime, and we ended up having another incident that pushed us into the second one, and they had to pit and ended up having to give up the lead. Now, Mitch ended up winning that race anyway, and I don't know how he pulled that off, or still don't know how he pulled it off. But, of course, in a situation like this, you want to top off and get as much as you can. So if we do have a situation where we go back into overtime, you don't have to end up pitting and giving up the lead like Mitch and company did 2 weeks ago. So we'll see how that plays itself out. But we'll go back green here on lap 18. And basically the entire field's going to be single file since everybody topped off. So it'll feel like a restart from about 2008 again.
Yeah, of course we were close around that fuel window as well, so with only one car who stayed himself out. I mean, actually top two. Yeah, only one car who stayed himself out. That was Tara Brinkley in the number 40. We're gonna be leading this race coming to the green. Lewis Galvin didn't decide to pit with 1 lap to go, so everybody from first all the way to 28th, all of the drivers are gonna have to, you know, get a good restart and stack themselves up. See, we're stacking already in the back. It's not looking good.
That's dicey. Might be some black flags as a result of that if people passing before the line. And see Ethan Harrison there in the 77 is going to gain a ton of spots as a result of that. And we're already almost 3 wide for the lead as everybody is about to stack up together. And it would not shock me if another wreck happens shortly.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. They stacked up really hard on the trial, and they're starting to stack up down the back as well as big moves are being made. It didn't take them a while to stack it up 2 by 2, but because they all started single file, this is just the perks of, you know, starting yourself in one lane. Everybody just wants to get the jump on each other.
Yeah, it took them about 3 or 4 laps last time to get gathered back up, but this time it took them about half a lap. So we're already all over each other once again. as Austin Johnson in the 2 will make a move up high for the lead, but has no help behind him. So that run will pretty much stall out where it is. And I think it's going to be Benjamin leading it at the line, and he just got a big push from, can't tell what truck that is. I think it was Mitch, but he wiggled from about the start-finish line all the way to the entrance to turn 1. And he hangs on to the lead.
It's now left with 28 cars on the lead lap. With, oh, Benjamin got a bad bump.
Oh, jeez, that was close again.
Oh, he's going to merge up with them being 3 wide. Now he has the chance to merge up. There he goes.
He's going to lose a little bit of time, but avoided a wreck there. As Frimpong, who was just in the last wreck, now finds himself up into the top 5. And he won at this racetrack just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he won it in the NASCAR series, winning his first, as Sertage is going to split the middle with that 1111. Marabella going to go to the high side now, so they're going to be side by side for the lead. It's Yerk on the bottom, Mitch on the top. No third lane to really talk about for right now, but of course it's too early in the race to really think about a third lane. That's the 1111. Marabella just found the outside wall.
Yeah, I don't think he hit it that hard though, but he's definitely going to lose some position. I think he'll be able to slide back in line there into 3 as Yerk and Frimpong now lead the bottom with Brinkley in the 40 right behind them, who washes up into Sartage, and around goes the 49. Caution is back out. Commentator jinx there on that one as the 49 also hits the inside wall. Right as we mentioned, Tara Brinkley there in the 40. Fortunately, he got right up into the bottom of the 49 of Sartage and sent him right around.
Yeah, Brinkley... Tara kept washing up on that bottom line. It was about time to clip somebody, but that's unfortunate to see that. And Sertage is taken out here in 21.
Yeah, another truck was involved as well. Think about Johnson. You see the 40 just gonna wash up right there. Up there it is. It just got right into the 49, and the 2 hit the wall. Collins and the 5 did as well. Looks like Sartage actually did keep it off the wall, but still a fair amount of damage to the left side of that truck as a result of the contact with the 40. So that'll put us back under yellow once again.
Oh, Galvin is mad at Johnson.
Oh!
And we have a secondary wreck involving this 31 as well as the 40.
That was not on John. Oh, Johnson got into the 40, and who hooks the 31. Yeah, so Austin obviously not pleased with the 40 washing up like that. He hooks the 40 into the wall. Hit him once down the backstretch. And then again right here, just hooks the 40 up there, comes down the hill and hits the 31. So the 31 sees this. That just killed his engine. And the 31's like, hey man, what'd you do that for? And hooks the 2. I mean, I don't blame the 31 at all for doing that.
Oh, the 2 is destroyed.
And the 31, they're all destroyed.
Yeah.
And the 40 got the 2 back coming down pit road.
Whoa, that's a...
And whatever
weird.
That was.
Yeah, I have no idea what kind of...
So 2 more trucks that wouldn't have been out of the race probably are now. As you see quite a few extracurriculars here under this yellow. And Austin Johnson looks like his night is going to be over, as well as the 31 at Galvin. And Lewis had been having a good run too, and he had no part in that wreck happening, but unfortunately got caught up in the stuff going on with Austin and Tara Brinkley, and he ended up getting the worst of it.
It's only lap 22. We're stacking up, you know, our CVS type of penalties that are going to be handed out after Dig. I mean, oh my goodness, it's been messy so far, unfortunately, and we've eliminated in result a fair amount of people, and now we're gonna dwindle that number down to, I'd say, maybe 24ish on the lead lap. We're all competitive, so now Galvin's out. Of course, Austin's out. And Tara Brinkley's out. Yeah,
so we're not even a third of the way through the race yet, and we're already almost down half the field, so the attrition rate definitely higher than most nights here tonight.
And the 49 of Sertage, he might be out of it too, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel really bad for Galvin, though. Like I said, he wasn't even involved in the caution. It had nothing to do with the stuff between Austin and Tara, and ended up getting the worst of it anyway.
We'll see if these drivers decide to top it off on fuel. They're gonna be good with just, you know, making it with one stop. And it looks like they do decide to top it off on fuel, or either these drivers are gonna scoot themselves to the rear.
Alright, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
I think we're not gonna go green, which is really interesting, because not sure why we're not gonna go green. That's the first time they delayed the caution like that, so. Go ahead and try it again. And now, looks like Benjamin's swapped it to 1 to green, so it's gonna be a really weird restart. Dadgar doesn't, I don't think he realizes we're 1 to green.
You know, he might be attempting to top off while everyone else is about to go green.
Yeah,
and that's uh-oh.
Yeah, that's gonna be
well,
really awkward now.
Green, green, green.
And I'm sure he probably just realized what happened. And he's taking tires too, so he's gonna get lapped probably in a couple laps, unless another yellow comes out. As Mitch passed below the yellow line there into turn 1. I don't know if that's legal, but he did it anyway.
Yeah, it's not legal to pass below the yellow line. I know the 92's damaged, but yeah, he has to keep tabs on that.
Oh, he can't do that. Down the back straightaway, got to move for the lead here. Going into 3. Looks like Josh Patterson in the 02 getting up into the mix. DeAngelis is back up there after being turned from the lead earlier. As Mark Austin in the 88 back in front out of 4, but the caution comes out. And that is what Darius Dadgar wanted to see. The 055, though, not as fortunate. Oh, just looks the 92 and himself. That was a bit odd there. Not sure who that is, but
that's Hunter Johnson in the 55. I know he's running on a mouse. That's the reason
I probably
why.
Didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, just followed in the 92, and you know.
That was weird how his truck got sucked around like that after Connor spun.
Yeah, that's some type of stuff you'd see off of, like, you know, NR 2003 kind of kind of thing, in which you see like some sort of bumper grabs and stuff. Bad guy, of course, lucky one off of that. He's gonna reline himself up with a pack, so we'll see if you know, how many drivers do decide to come on in, and if we could get a quick caution here, so we could go 1 to green at the line. But based off these, based off how many people have, you know, topped off, no surprise to see, yep, here comes the whole entire field back on in.
Yeah, they're still not going to be good to the end from here either. There's still 50 to go.
Yeah, but it's for sure going to be one stop, so I'm not sure why they're topping off on fuel right now.
It's
Maybe
not going to make a difference, really.
Yeah, that's right. So current order, it's got Mark Austin, Mitchell Armstrong, Nathan Lyons, and that's that whole entire top 3 are all teammates. So that's the newly formed Young Guns, and it seems as though they've decided to regroup themselves and form up a strategy to take these top 3 spots. So it seems as though not similar like we see with Nebula, because sometimes they work with each other, sometimes they won't. It's just a mutual relationship with that whole entire team in ACOG, but more people topping off on fuel. I'm just very curious why a bunch of people decide top off on fuel. No real reason to, since again, looks like we're coming, you know, 49. Unless you want to save somehow 19 laps with this run, and if you pit, you know, just casually with that first wave, still gonna make it with a good amount of laps with a green white checkered. If you do pit, you do use up all your full fuel with this this run. One to green now. So we'll take the green here with now 50 laps. No, actually we're going to take the green with 48 laps to go. Bunch of drivers 1 lap down. Brandon's 1 lap down. Hunter's 1 lap down. Woody's 7 laps down actually. He's actually not 7. He's 4 laps down after that. Yeah, so we're left with just about looks like 27 cars, or so 27 trucks, excuse me, to get out for these final 50-ish laps. Austin decides to hit the throttle very early, so again, team coordination here with this whole entire top 3 is gonna stack them up 1, 2, 3. But you see the amount of damage that that 14 of Nathan Lyons has. He's slow to restart, but that top 6 pulled themselves forward ahead of 7th place. And yeah, this is a result of starting yourself single file. There's going to be a lot of people fanned out here.
Yeah, but now that there's more damaged trucks, I don't know if they're going to stack up as quickly as they have on previous restarts, because Lyons in particular, he took a big hit on one of those other restarts. Look at the run Frimpong has up top. Gonna try to slingshot past Urich, but now that the 14 is up there and up to speed, I think he'll be able to stay in this pack.
And so about, I'd say, 14 trucks within this big draft now, as the 88 of Mark Austin controls this lead. He started himself all the way back in 40th. Briley Marbello as well. He didn't start himself toward the back, but he got a good enough restart to sort of separate the young guns. Now he's sort of he's second on the line, sort of sandwiched between the purple machines. And 60 Urich, he's coming with a run and has a nice pusher, that 53 of Frimpong, and you know Frimpong's doing a victory lane here before in the NASCAR series, so we'll see what he could do.
Yeah, time will tell with that one, as they're going to have a 3-wide move there. Benjamin White and Mitch Hobbs take it up to the top, as they'll try to get the lead away from Urich and Austin. They won't get it at the line, but I think they'll have a shot to get it potentially down the backstretch.
Yeah, a bunch of drivers got fanned out here off of this restart. See Dagar back there, looks like he's going to lose the draft. But looks like we've regrouped the field enough to keep them relatively close. And there's a second-ish pack back here with Patterson, who's 17th right now, but he's slowly starting to work himself forward. So it seems about a 16-car pack inside for right now, as Hobbs is trying to pitch Frimpong as much as he can, but still 3 wide up front. I'm surprised that 3rd lane's making something happen there in the high side. That's Benjamin A. White and Mitch Hobbs, and that inside line seems as though Mark Austin's not receiving as much aero push as he'd like to, and he's going to lose the lead because of it.
Yeah, I think Benjamin got it at the line there over Urich. Mitch doing a great job of pushing that 15 so far up top. Still 3x3 here out at 2, close quarters.
And nobody's really wanting to run that 2nd or 3rd lane just yet. Now here comes Sir Taj, so this might be the catalyst that they were looking for, as Riley Marbello is going to bump the 88 off to the apron. He's going to destroy the inside line, so Urich's going to be clear in the corner, but he's going to stay middle. Now Urich's slowly trying to drop down. Frimpong is being... Oh, that's not going to work.
Oh, yeah, they might go 4 wide right here. I think, can't tell who that truck is behind Frimpong, but they let off. Otherwise, they probably would have gotten turned. I think that was Sartaj, who's back up there now after the contact with Tara Brinkley, as Benjamin gets a big push from Urich into 1, and he'll slide down to the bottom. The 6 is trying to, but barely has enough room to get it done.
That 15 of Benjamin, he's wigging a ton. And keeps the lead for right now. The 6 of Urich is being a bit, we might go 4 wide there into the corner. Mark Frimpong was a bit off the line there, but the 6 of Urich, he wanted to try to work with Frimpong there and clear both of them to the bottom, but it just didn't work, and Urich got swamped over by the 15, and he has to regather himself and try again.
Yeah, with the start of the race you've had so far, I don't know if 4 wide is the best strategy to go with quite yet. As a complete lap 32, with the 15 still out front. Top 4 are going to go single file, and just like that, we've gone from 3 by 3, and it looks like things are starting to calm down a little bit.
Connor Brannon, no, looks like he's running by himself. He's the next lap car, but looks like the Aquan. So it's Yerk and Benjamin, top 2. And it's definitely way more calmer than what we've seen, but we're starting to stack up yet again since we're single file. Oh! Woody, I think there, the 74 got bumped out of line. Woody seems as though is good enough to sort of stay stout with the lead pack. And with Woody being 4 laps down, and Connor getting lapped, Connor looks like is going to be in jeopardy of a lucky dog here if this thing does stay green. So Connor needs to just watch out, and you know how slow he is running right now.
Yeah, Connor's 2 laps down and Cole is 4 down. And, you know, Cole is still trying to race for the Super Speedway Championships, even though he's 4 laps down, and in all likelihood is not going to be in contention for the win tonight. He still needs to try to get as many points as he possibly can towards trying to, you know, stay up there in the title hunt. So, even though, again, won't be in contention, he still needs to be up there. Because if they pass a lot of slower trucks that they keep putting laps and laps and laps down, with Cole being still in the pack, it'll allow him to pass them all and gain those extra points.
The 3 wides, Marabella gets stuck in the middle. Now he had some help. Never mind, gonna see some big blocking. Yerk gets blocked at the stop sign. Frimpong tries to come down.
Didn't work.
And there goes a 13.
The 13. Yeah, Mitchell Armstrong. I think he's the only one around, and he's still trying to gather it up. I mean, Frimpong saw an opening. Unfortunately, it closed up right as he went for it, and Mitchell Armstrong got the worst of that. Frimpong he's still in the lead pack, I believe, but unfortunately for the 13, that's going to cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, not really. Just 2 people going for the same real estate right there as Frimpong and I think the 13 of Mitchell Armstrong just made contact down the back, and unfortunately the person who got the worst end off of that is the 13.
Yeah, I'm sure Frimpong didn't mean to do that, just saw an opening, and again, as soon as he went for it, it pretty much closed up on him, and the 13 just happened to be the one that was already there when Frimpong came down. So 53 still up in the top 10, but might be a long night for the 13 if this thing stays green for a while.
Woody in the 74 is going to play an interesting factor. He's 4 laps down, but he's trying to get another lap back. And if he does get one and Connor gets lapped again, Woody's going to be a lucky dog. So this is Woody's racing himself to get back on the lead lap, and the 74 needs to find himself in front of this 15. Munoz lost the draft, so...
And Austin, I think.
Yeah, Austin
led the field of green, too, and he lost the draft that fast.
Yeah, looks like Blake Kennedy also lost the draft. Visconti's lost the draft, so now we're left with just 15 trucks, or plus Woody, on the lead lap in this small pack. So still a lot of laps to go. We're coming up on that field mark.
Yeah, we're approaching halfway, I believe, next time by. And we're still not good to the end, even if you pit right now, so it'll probably be another 5, 6, 7 laps before we start to see trucks make that left turn down to pit lane.
That's right, and they pit about like 12 laps ago, so maybe like 20 laps from now you'll see them start to scoot themselves onto pit road. So For the time being, everybody's running, you know, I wouldn't say as clean as they can. Still, some questionable blocks being pulled in here and there, and left and right, but for right now, they're keeping it straight.
Oh, there goes Woody! Off the bottom!
Yeah, that's not what the 74 wanted. Woody looks like he's gonna keep it straight, but that's definitely not what he wanted. Woody's now gonna get disconnected and might go another lap down, so he's trying to save his hopes of becoming a super speedway champ. But now it's gonna be most likely finishing in 25th.
Yeah, tough right there. Like I said earlier, of course, trying to stay in that pack to pass all those trucks are inevitably gonna get lapped again. But being turned like that, that's gonna not allow him to do that anymore, and it will probably cost him some points over the rest of the night.
Big block there with the 89 of Hobbs. He comes down on Frimpong. Frimpong gets checked up because of that. Now Hobbs going to play leader here on lap 40 at a 75. So big blocks being made, and we'll see if Hobbs can keep himself up front. Hobbs already turned somebody earlier this race off of 4. Sent to the back because of it, but he's found himself back up front. Oh my! Oh, Marabello got a bad push there by the 37 of Bundren. Kept it straight though, but my goodness, that would have been disastrous.
Yeah, that's happened to Benjamin a couple times so far tonight too. See him wiggling at almost every time he gets a push, so saw it right there with Marabello as well.
Approaching Mitchell Armstrong here in the 13. So this means Connor Brandon's not going to get a wave around, and the 13 is going to be latched on to this main draft. So he's probably going to have to work for a lucky dog here.
Yeah, Armstrong was the one that got turned out of line by Frimpong there about 5 or 6 laps ago. So now he'll go a lap down, and for the time being, will hold the lucky dog position. And speaking of Frimpong, pushing Mitch Hobbs now into the race lead. And the 53 will take over that 3rd spot.
Benjamin comes down with Yurik, top 2. Both of them got clear, and now Connor.
And Connor's going to stay up high and out of the way. And we saw a wreck like that a couple weeks ago where a lapped car stayed right in the middle of the racing surface and a big wreck happened. So thankfully Connor got up out of the groove. As looks at the top 5 or 6 will go single file here down the back.
Next week, you'll see the ARCA cars at Daytona, as well as the NASCAR Series Go Green at Las Vegas. So, if y'all are interested in the ACOG Series, you can tune in Saturday nights for 150 laps of racing at Vegas, and Sunday nights, of course, running 80 laps at Daytona. So, should be fun. Of course, ARCA cars, always exciting to watch.
Yeah, the ARCA cars are always an interesting show.
We're riding now single file from 1st all the way back to 15th. And it seems as though Armstrong has tagged himself onto the back end of this big single file train. New York takes the lead. And everybody's now single file, so... There's a big train right now, of course, total opposite of what we saw for those first 20-ish laps. Now everybody's just trying to get this thing, away with right now.
Yeah, I think single file is a good thing right now.
Oh, definitely. So, update on this, like, secondary group here with Eduardo, got Dadgar. So this is everybody from 19th on back. They're, got another group of people who are 9 seconds back. So, this is not just the contenders right here. There's just a bunch of more drivers. Still in contention. 22 on the lead lap, but for right now, not a lot of them are in this big pack.
Yeah, now we're gonna hit 30 to go at the line. So I wonder how long people are gonna wait to make that left turn down pit road to make their last stop of the night.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, you can pit. I'm in 30 laps to go and make it all the way. And looks as though big moves are going to be made as the 42 Williams, he's going to take Bridger Olsen to the front as well as D'Angelo. So what was one single file has now turned into double file real quick. Olsen comes down just by a small amount in front of the 6 of Uric. That was a big move there. And we immediately, because of that, go double file. And Williams is going to find himself in the lead.
Yeah, I wonder if Bridger was just trying to gain as many spots as possible before a potential pit stop happens to try to exit further towards the front.
Yeah, that's right.
Cole Williams also. As Connor will go a third lap down here down the backstretch. Oh, jeez, it's Benjamin. I don't know if he got shoved out of line or what, but he just passed Connor below the yellow line as well as Frimpong. They both had to go way down onto the apron to do it.
So we'll pull up the stint panel here. The 42, well, yeah, everybody pitted around, 20-ish, around 20-ish laps ago, so... Oh, caution comes out! Oh my goodness.
And that's going to take out the fuel concern for the race.
Dadgar's
in it. We'll see what happened.
Man, this was in the secondary pack. Ooh.
Oh!
Woody got hooked.
Bad night gets even worse for the 74.
Yeah, I mean, he was just...
Oh!
Got hooked by the 5, and Dario just nowhere to go.
Yeah, nothing the 41 could do there at all.
That's a shame. Not really sure what, Woody was doing going up high like that, but Grayson just ran him over because Woody was weaving around so much. Ended up paying the price, and unfortunately, in result, took out Dadgar in the process, and Dadgar's gonna have to settle, and for a bad finish, unfortunately. So yeah, because of it, this is gonna erase fuel concerns, so...
Yeah, we were just talking about fuel being a potential concern, but that is out the window now, as everybody will make their way down to pit road.
Have a few drivers now one lap down. I think 13, Mitchell Armstrong is gonna get the wave around. First person out, it's going to be the 77 Ethan Harrison.
Wonder if he potentially elected for 2 tires.
Actually, Harrison didn't even pit. As well as the
That's
81 of Visconti. I'm not really sure why they didn't pit, because if they pit now, that's it for fuel. But first person who's actually out off pit road first was Nicholas Wing in the 104, so.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what the strategy there is for Harrison and Visconti. Maybe banking on another caution coming out, but I mean, you're guaranteed to make it to the end of 75 if you pit now, so I'm not sure why they just wouldn't come in anyway.
Everybody's going to come back on in, so. I'm very surprised to see a bunch of people decide to top off on fuel. We'll have to see if, I guess for these people who did stay themselves out, if they're gonna make it. I'm pretty sure they could, because we're going to take the green. Let's look at 26 laps to go. Gonna be a C-fixed race just about. Going forward, so. We'll try it again. So. Again, not a lot of people are going to be starting double file because a bunch of them decided to pit. And Nathan Lyons in the 14, excuse me, is gonna pick up the lead. So, we'll see how this 14 is gonna control it. Yurik's gonna be right behind him. Sertaj, who wrecked earlier, in that 49, also sitting in the wings. So, come to the green.
Green flag, green flag.
Eduardo did not get a good launch. He jammed up on the brakes because Hobbs was pushing him, caught him a bit sideways, and Hobbs and Eduardo is not gonna go anywhere. But luckily, they're single file, and nobody really behind them to get stacked up on, but up front though, it's Yurik and Lyons.
They're probably going to stack up really fast though. As Austin gets himself up into third, there goes Mitch and Eduardo to the high side out of turn 2. A couple other trucks already going high, and you see that big train at about 11th on back. We're going to stack up real quick here into turn 3 with everybody starting to get up on each other.
Oh, Eduardo and Hobbs goes into the outside wall. That's the second car to spin.
Oh no! When he gets clobbered there. The 9's involved, a couple other trucks spun, missing the 29, and the 29 himself got cleaned out there at the tail end of that. Couldn't tell who that was, but I cannot say I'm surprised that wreck happened.
Second car to spin off that 89's nose. Hobbs disconnects and the looks of it, so.
We'll get another look at it here.
I was trying to push the 29. Of course, Eduardo, he left a lot of bottom open. I think Hobbs was, expecting him to pinch, but, 29 decided to use the dotted lanes to, himself
he just got
down,
hooked.
and he, just straight up hooked.
And then somebody came in here.
Bang.
I couldn't tell who that was, but that's what I saw. And there were 3 or 4 trucks that had to take evasive action down into the apron and miss 29 there.
Right about.
And
got Bundren.
yeah, Bundren, I think Hunter maybe. There's the 9, Marabello as well.
That's Storm Patterson, by the way, who was multiple laps down that Eduardo ended up hitting.
Man, Storm Patterson cannot catch a break at all tonight. That's like the 4th wreck he's been in. It hasn't been his fault.
Looks like the 13 Armstrong was also in it, and the 5 of Collins. As he was just trying to cut. There were just too many people to crowd down onto the apron as the 29 started to come down the racetrack. So
yeah, and that was Tabor on the 9 as well that got collected late. So that's a whole lot of more trucks that got collected in this. And I think that Visconti and Harrison ended up pitting with 1 to go before the last green came out. So now that this caution's come out, they're staying out, and I think they're going to stay out for real this time and lead us back to the green.
So now it's less than 25-ish laps to go. Not a lot of cars on the lead lap. Marabello looks like is gonna disconnect. A bunch of drivers are now damaged off of that wreck, unfortunately. Eduardo's 1 lap down. Dadgar is 5 laps down. He's the next car to probably 41's the next one to get the lucky dog. It's Connor who's laps down. He's out of the race. And got Woody and Johnson who are also out of the race. So nobody from, I think, 18th on back are on the racetrack. So we're left with just 18 drivers here now. So we set ourselves out for this final 20. Now, just joining us here tonight, late start to the broadcast. Apologies about that. We don't talk about why the broadcast was started up late, but 52 out of 75. 23 laps to go. Got 6th caution of the night, and a lot of drivers being eliminated, and we're left with just about 19 drivers on the lead lap. So. This time, not a lot of people came off to top off on fuel, so. Pace cars in. Never mind. I guess a lot of people decided to top off the fuel. A bunch of people are going to be starting single file.
Yeah, common theme tonight, which is interesting because I don't think at this point anybody needs to top off.
Man, Austin went really early. He's going to get ran over. Yeah, this is not going to look good down the back.
Yeah, that's going to cost the 88 here, as he went way before anybody else did. And here comes Nicholas Wing in the 104, and he should make an easy pass for the lead here out of turn 2, and there he goes.
Yeah, no way that 88 is going to block that massive run, but the Wing made a wing swing it too high, and through the middle is going to be Sertage, who was involved in the caution. Got a wreck toward the back. I'm not really sure what that was about.
No caution right now, though. I didn't even see that. And it's Mitchell Armstrong again, unfortunately. Another sour night. It's going to get even more sour there for the 13. Out of 4, though, it's going to be Frimpong taking the lead away from Sertage in the 53. Now leads, coming to 21 to go.
Pondering there, trying to pinch as much as he can to swing, to gather up momentum for that second lane. It's Frimpong up front. And he's going to throw a mid-turn block. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a very sketchy block by Frimpong, but, you know, Frimpong has to do whatever he can now since, you know, it's going to be a sprint from this point forward now, for sure. Frimpong, he sort of got bottled up there with Sertage. And Yerkes are going to have nowhere to go. Now Bundren and Mark Austin's going to work under the 6. No outside lane to really make up of something as the 15's trying to... Oh my gosh. 15 was anticipating some type of crossover.
Yeah, there was no help up top, so you had to do that to keep the lead. Now Frimpong saw help, and now he's going to cross over the 15. Aggressive move there for the 53. It's going to pay off for him here. And to the race lead, at least for right now, is going to be that Mark Frimpong machine. But now Yerkes going to get some help from Benjamin out of turn 2 to see if he can get it back.
Yeah, that was a nice move by the 53 of Frimpong to sort of juke out the 15 out of the lead, but the 15's trying to regain it back. Unfortunately, he's going to have to use the 6. Has a bit of a drafting help there as the Yerk is clear down to the bottom, but it looks like he's just not going to take it as 15 Benjamin. Oh, that's a nice move there by Yerk. As soon as he saw the 15 start to pull up forward and get that run, he decided to move down to the bottom, but Frimpong back to the top. Oh, I cannot believe he slot himself in line. Just about forced himself the 49 of Sertage. Just had to lift just a bit.
How is there enough room for that? I can't believe he made that work right there.
It's very pinpoint driving by all these drivers for right now, and in result, it's they've kept it straight, but I don't think not for long. I expect a caution within these next 5 laps, the way they're racing up front, but that's just between the 53 and the 15. And all these drivers are single file toward the back. Nobody wants to help that outside line just yet. It's just the 104, Nicholas Wing, and the 15 and Benjamin White up there. I think that's because all those drivers toward the back are just sort of laying back, and since they know they don't have to worry about fuel, they could push it with 10 laps to go, and you know there won't be a difference pushing it now.
And Benjamin blinks out a little bit. 18 to go at the line. The outside still isn't really formed up that much. Still only Benjamin and Nicholas Wing up there. But I think in due time we'll start to see more and more trucks jump up there. As we still have about 15 or so in this lead pack, so they definitely have the numbers to do it. It's just a matter of how long they wait before they do.
Yeah, and there's no help on the high side for that 15 to really make something happen. Benjamin is trying to find a hole in line. Looks like, oh, the 88 of Mark Austin. Looks like he was very nice to him there, and decided to let Benjamin on in. So had the whole, everybody from first all the way to 17th, all single file. But here we go, move for the lead. It's Sertaj trying to make something happen, but again, he's damaged.
And getting help from Benjamin there at the line. Yeah, I don't know how much of a push the 49 can get into, or I'm trying to find the right way to word this. I don't know how much of a run he can get with the damage he has, no matter how hard the 15 decides to push him. But for right now, it's working pretty well, as they might get the lead away here into turn 3, as they're going to put Dagburn on the lap down.
People looking for their first ever ACOG/ASCAR Series win. You got the 6 of Urich.
Yeah, Frimpong picked. Yeah, Mark Austin there, the 88. Frimpong got his first win a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
Trying to see if another one of these guys can add their name to that list tonight. Nicholas Wing in the 104. See him up there, taking it 3 wide up top. Also, yet to win here, Brayson Collins in the 5 as well. And Bridger Olson in the 21 also has not claimed victory here before.
Jeremiah Bethune was very close the last time we were at Talladega. He's sort of riled back in 12th place, sort of sitting in the wings right now. Got Ethan Harrison, Christian Visconti. I think Visconti's been in victory lane a couple of times, but in terms of it, everybody for right now is staying relatively quiet. But it's gonna get loud here in a moment as Frimpong moves himself to the high side, looking for a run around Urich. And we'll see how good Sertaj could push, especially with the amount of damage he has. So seems as though it's gonna be enough for Frimpong to clear, but Sertaj is still gonna be boxed in on the high side.
As Frimpong clears down to the bottom for the lead, here with 15 to go. And time's starting to slowly run out here for these drivers to make a move up towards the front.
It's 15, yeah, that's 15 laps to go, so now it's a time on who you're going to be working with. Try to sort out on what kind of trucks you're going to be working around with, who's damaged around you, who could push, who can't, and what kind of hazards you're going to be dealing with. For the 6 of Urich, though, he's in a really good spot to pick up his first, and Sertaj's coming back with a run. It's only the 15 of Benjamin up there, though.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how much longer it's going to be before anybody else jumps up there, but we've seen a couple times before where we go 3x3 with about 15 to go, and we've seen other races where the first moves don't start to be made till about 2 to go, or maybe even down the backstretch of the last lap. So we'll see when they decide to do it tonight. But it could be now, it could be pretty much right before this thing actually ends.
Right, so Benjamin and Sertaj not going to go anywhere. They're looking to fall outside this top 5. It's going to be Tabor, who picked up a street stock win this season. At number 9, does have a win, but he picked it up with a 6-car field, so win's still a win, but looking for a more valuable one here tonight. I'm very surprised how they're running single file like this. It's a polar opposite of what we saw for those first 20 laps, and of course for this first 20-ish, everybody 3x3 and such like that, trying to wrestle themselves to the front. But now it's just single file. Usually it's the opposite way, in which everybody's sort of floating around for the first 20 laps, and after that, once the final 20 kick in, everybody kicks into overdrive. But
I can't say I'm surprised they're still running single file, though. With all the weird incidents you've had so far tonight, I wonder if people are maybe trying to wait until the last possible second to try to avoid another wreck happening. So that maybe that'll play a role into when these guys do, in fact, decide to make moves. But of course, we're going to see something happen before the race ends. Again, just a matter of how late or early it ends up occurring. But for right now, there's still only 2 trucks up there. But when will they get joined by a few others?
yeah, I'm very surprised that that second lane hasn't come to fruition just yet. Sertage and Benjamin is not going to cut it. And that means everybody's going to be just staying tucked up on the bottom for the time being. And not only that, Sertage is a bit damaged too, so not helping arrow-wise. Yeah, so we're going to come on Dadgar here. Let's put him another lap down. Oh, he blew the motor.
Yeah, untimely motor expiration there.
Yeah, and he's there he is. He's just pulling him right to the barrier. So still nobody working with the 15 of Benjamin. I mean, he has now the Nicholas Wing up there, but the drivers who are right behind, who are, I guess, not damaged. You got Ethan Harrison, who's waiting around. Got the 05 of Bethune, he's waiting. DeAngelis is waiting as well.
And got Visconti as well.
Yeah, Visconti too as well. He's sitting right behind Harrison.
Yeah, there's a good 4 or 5 trucks back there, but as you see the outside line, the little of it that was there is pretty much falling apart. I wonder if there may have been some hesitancy to work with a truck like Sertage, given the amount of damage he has. Maybe they thought they wouldn't have been able to get as good of a run up there. But Henry Tabor in the 9, he's going to try it this time.
Turned!
Yeah, he almost got turned there by the 88 of Austin, and that's going to throw everything for a loop. And now we're going to go 2x2 or 3x3. And just like that,
the middle.
Yeah, Benjamin's going to get the lead after Tabor had it for about 3.5 seconds. And now Nicholas Swing in the 104. He wants to turn at the lead. He's going to try to get it here at the line.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that went haywire as Frimpong got turned for the bumper of Max Urich. Now we stack double wide. It's the 104 on the high side. Got Tabor in the midst of that, as well as Sertage. Cole Williams also trying to make that outside line work. 4 trucks up there. They're going to take it 3 as the 9 is going to go nowhere off of that exchange. But the 15, in the process of that, has split through the middle. He has now found himself up front.
Yeah, no, he is in front of the 6 of Urich, and Frimpong, who was leading, now back into 3rd. And just like that, they're almost single file again. So even though we thought that might be what finally set off this 2x2 or 3x3 racing, the outside line just totally fell apart already, and we're back to where we were just a lap and a half ago.
Yeah, I think that was all because, I mean, they got reorganized. They got reorganized on the bottom faster than they did on the top, and nobody on the top side was had enough momentum to make that second lane work. So, not only that, another person who's playing an interesting factor in this is Glenn Bundren. That 37, he can't really suck up on the bottom. And because of that, everybody's sort of fanned for the time being. Nobody can really suck up. I mean, that 37, Bundren can't suck up for right now, but Urich's going to peek out. They're going to stack up yet again. I don't think anybody's going to take the bait because they're now in the corner, but they got to pull out on the straightaway, make something happen. Tabor's trying again, but he has nobody there. I mean, now he has the 105 of 104, excuse me, a Nicholas Wing, but it's slowly starting to crumble.
And they're not really getting anywhere though. But those couple trucks you mentioned, I think it was Kennedy and Visconti and Harrison, at some point I would think that those guys might try to all form up together and make their own lane up at the top, because again, they looked pretty undamaged compared to everybody else. So at some point I would think that before this night's over, they're going to try something to get themselves up towards the front of the pack.
If there's going to be somebody who's going to make a move, it has to be either Yurik or Frimpong, and that 53 is going to be scooting up to the high side. Looks like Bondren wants to go with him. Never mind that, he's going to scoot himself out to the bottom. So they single out with this top four, but that outside liner, Sertage, he has two trucks right behind him. That's Tabor and Wing right behind. So now they're looking their rear view mirrors and seeing what that outside line could form up, waiting for that run, but the inside line just pulls ahead yet again. Yurik staying stout with this 15.
Well, the other issue is that Tabor has almost as much damage as Sertage does. So you got two damaged trucks leading the couple that are up there. So they're not really going to get much of anything, and Tabor just dipped back down to the bottom. So that's the thing. If the outside needs to work, they need to get trucks that are stronger.
Oh.
Something just happened there.
Yeah, that was Olsen who got turned out of line. Olsen got turned out of line and they stacked up because of it, but it looks like they all, Olsen kept it straight. I cannot believe we didn't catch that on camera, but he kept it on the racetrack, and it seems as though, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to latch onto this lead draft, but...
And Yurik right to the back bumper of Benjamin again.
Yurik's waiting until the last second to pull out. I mean, he has to also mirror time because the 53 is going to do whatever he can to put himself in second.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yurik cannot rely on Frimpong helping him to win this race. I mean, Frimpong, of course, is going to want to win this as badly as anybody else. So it's a matter of who you can pretty much convince to go with you, and that's going to decide who goes and who doesn't. Because if Yurik ends up coming to the assumption that the best he can do is second place, he'll probably just stay right there until the very end. But if he thinks that somebody will go with him on a run on the last lap to get the win away, then you'll probably see that 6 pull out of line.
Yeah, we'll have to see. The 6 of Yurik has never been to ACOG victory lane. His chances right now. Also looking for his first win, the 88 of Mark Austin. He's sitting back in 5th. The 37 as well of Glenn Benjamin. He's picked up a win before. And Benjamin A. White, he won last season with the Xfinity Series at Daytona. So that number 15, he's taking that super speedway talent onto the trucks, and here he is running up front, and he's been up there for a while. He can play his blocks out well, since all he has to deal with is just only 2 lanes for the time being, unless they want to fan out 3. I'm starting to fan out and such like that. Cars on the apron, get themselves back on the racetrack. It's only Tabor up there in the 9. Yurik's seeing that in the distance. He sees that run coming, but there's only 2 trucks there.
And again, Tabor has damage too, so I don't know if that will factor into whether or not
Yurik
he goes
makes a
high.
move!
But it won't. And look at the block that Benjamin pulled. Did about everything he had to there to keep that run at bay, but it's not going to be enough, as Yurik will try his best to get the lead at the line, and I think he's going to do it. And there'll be 3 to go here at the stripe.
Oh, was that a bad move by Yurik? Now, the outside line, it's stalled. Yurik's going to be stuck with Frimpong now for the time being, and Tabor's going to have to push Yurik as much as he can, but that 53 is doing a better job at pushing than the 9.
Yeah, the 9's got damage. You can only do as much as, the truck's capable of. But I think the 104 is not damaged, so we'll see how much that plays into it. But the outside also needs more trucks to jump up there, as Bethune is now one of them, and the 05 was one of those. He's going to turn the 104. There goes Bondren and Mark Austin. Caution is out. Overtime is here as more trucks get collected here in this one. And just as the 05 made a move, he ended up turning that 104 by accident, and there's Sertage involved again as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they started to stack up. Green, white, checkered. Good look at it again. It was Bethune who was,
Yeah, it's gotten to the back of the 104 there.
Can't push in the corners. Bethune just trying to stay to the backside of this 104 in the same situation.
And nothing Bondren could do, or Austin. Collins, and oh man, Sartaj flew in there. And I ended up collecting Patterson, who got it slowed down to miss it. Looks like Blake Kennedy in the 012 as well got a piece of that.
Everybody, nice avoidance there by the. Oh no! I thought the 77 of Harrison had that avoided. Then
Sartaj came down.
Sartaj came down. 81 of Visconti.
I think Visconti's good. I think the 77 will be all right as well, despite that little bit of contact. I don't think he'd pit for that with there being 2 laps left at the restart.
100 given an EOL because unfortunately out of it, but 16 cars left in it. Sartaj is laps down now, so he's not going to be a part of this. Luckily, because, you know, not a lot of cars on the lead lap. I think the 05, even though he's going to get an EOL off of that wreck, he is going to be able to still contend, but unfortunately probably going to be out of contention for a win. And it's Henry up front. We're looking for his first, his second this season. Pick up his first at Charlotte, the street stocks. DeAngelis right behind. It's Yurik's also looking for his first as well. 2 drivers on the. Oh, it looks like Tabor. Yeah, I guess he's. Wow, Tabor pits from the lead. That's unbelievable.
That's interesting.
That'll shuffle. I'm not sure why Tabor pitted from the lead. DeAngelis, he has a lot of right side damage, but he decided he's gonna take the gamble to stay out. 24 laps on his tank. He's gonna be able to make it all the way around for this green red checkered. Oh man. I hope we see a first-time winner. I really do. A bit of commentator bias here, but, you know, I hope to see Yurik in victory lane. He's the only person who has a real big shot.
Yeah, first-time winner is never a bad thing.
Yeah. Blake Kennedy is back here as well, so, again, looking for first-time winners. Yurik's looking for his first. Bridger Olsen back here in 6th spot. You got Brayson Collins, who was involved in that wreck. I don't think he's going to be in contention for this. Visconti's looking for his first, I think. Yeah, Blake Kennedy back here, and Ethan Harrison. But there's so much valued experience up here in this top 5. It's DeAngelis, Frimpong, White, and Cole Williams. So it's gonna it's gonna take a miracle for that 6 to maybe finish inside the top 5, because I think Yurik might get shuffled out unless because Benjamin has been so aggressive off the get-go of these restarts, and I don't think Benjamin's gonna waste any time being behind the 6. Here we go. Green, white, checkered. 15 cars on the lead lap to end this thing out. DeAngelis up front leading his first laps of the night, decided to stay out for track position. We'll see if it could work out to favor.
Here we go.
Green, green.
And Yurik didn't get a good he didn't get a good launch, but Benjamin's gonna be on him though. We'll see if Benjamin can put Yurik into that second spot.
Oh, he
Frimpong.
definitely can. You're getting a big shot here through 1 and 2.
Oh, and Frimpong
And
was sort of bottled up there. Wasn't clear of Yurik.
Well, and the inside line's totally disconnected too. Everyone's gone.
Yeah, it's just a top 6 pull away for right now, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna stack up once they hit the white flag.
They are.
Visconti now gets into the mix. You got the 77 trying to make something happen there with Tabor. And it's Yurik gonna be looking to clear that 044. Can't make it happen.
Yeah, didn't get enough of a push to do it. And that's going to allow DeAngelis to pull ahead just by a nose out of 4. He comes up a little bit, as does the 53. Almost contact there with the 6. But we stay green for right now, and hopefully we make it to the white here without a problem.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make it to be easily making it to the white. 1 more lap to go. It's Yurik on the high side, 044 on the bottom. 2.66 miles left. They're starting to pull out 3. That might destroy the outside line. It's Visconti trying to make something happen there, but unfortunately it's not going to work out to fruition. You got the 6 in the middle, 044 on the bottom. Looks like Frimpong is going to be able to suck up to the backside of the 044 for right now. But look at the outside line, they're coming.
Yeah, Visconti's getting a good push from Tabor here down the back, and we might go 3 by 3 for the race lead here in about 5 or so seconds. As Visconti's getting a big push from Tabor, but it's too much of a push, and almost upside down goes the 81, and around he goes.
Cannot believe nobody else got involved.
Everybody neck-coated through him, but that still disrupted the whole pack. And out of turn 4, there's going to be contact there between Frimpong and Yurik, and that's going to send both of them spinning down to the bottom. Benjamin makes a crossover. There goes the 21. There goes pretty much everybody that's left. A lap car stays in the middle of the racetrack, and out of all of that commotion, it's going to be Benjamin taking the win.
No, what happened?
What?
There was so much, like,
everybody
shuffling.
started wrecking, and there's a lap truck just parking the bus right in the middle of the track. And everybody had to scramble to avoid him as everyone else is wrecking already. And Benjamin was the only one that survived it along with DeAngelis.
Oh, gonna have to take a replay off of that, but that was crazy. There was just cars littered everywhere. And Yurik is gonna come up short. Man, Yurik had a huge push. He had a huge push for the 15, and it just didn't go. And right here down the back, they go. Obviously, the second 3, but right about.
Yeah, Visconti got hooked by the 9, I think.
Yeah.
But everybody neck-coated through him somehow.
Yeah, I can't believe
They just
everybody
kind of lifted
neck-coated
his
through.
truck up. And then right here, somebody else got hooked. The 53 and the 6 are going to hit out of 4. Right there. Those two go down. There's more contact back here. They all stacked up.
Oh.
Olsen got turned. Harrison got into Blake Kennedy. There's Austin Johnson, the laps truck, just sitting there right in the middle of the racetrack. I don't know what the deal there was. But Benjamin, DeAngelis, and Tabor avoided it all. And they are your top 3.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why the 15 won that is because the 2. I don't know why the 2 is sitting on off of what you call it, in the middle of the track. And Benjamin had to force Frank up the track.
And Tabor almost got second right there from DeAngelis.
As Benjamin is doing the iRacing glitch, and
of all the ways to celebrate a win, that's certainly one of them. But that's your race-winning truck right there. here after 77 laps at Talladega, and that was a pretty interesting race and a very chaotic finish. And after all of that, Benjamin's your winner, DeAngelis in second, Tabor third, Ethan Harrison fourth, Cole Williams fifth, and then Brayson Collins, Urich, Bethune, Austin, and Frimpong round out your top 10.
Got Patterson, Kennedy, Olson, Visconti, Wing, ran out top 15. Bundren, Sertage, Lyons, Dadgar, Armstrong ran out top 20.
Marabello, Munez, Hobbs, Brandon, Woody, Austin and Hunter Johnson, Tara Brinkley, Glutis Galvin, and Storm Patterson, 21st to 30th. None of those trucks, unfortunately, finished the event.
Got Reynolds, Bachman, Brady, Gentry, Kenny, Oliver Beyer, Brinkley, Klein, and Schmidt. And after that, the last three, Allison, Dubern, and Miller. But yeah, we'll be right back after this, so we'll go ahead and, you know, drag in the top three for interviews and see what they have to say after tonight's Super Speedway event. Back here live at Talladega after a hectic final 2 laps. Ends off tonight's event with Benjamin A. White coming out victorious. We're going to go ahead and drag him into the booth and just spark off interviews right off the bat. So, yeah, Benjamin A. White coming out victorious, and go ahead and see what he has to say after tonight's event. And trying to find the right camera. There it is. And we'll go ahead and drag in this number 15 into the booth. Benjamin A. White coming out victorious here at Talladega. Hey, Benjamin, got a copy?
Yes, how you doing?
Doing fine, man. Of course, number 15 led 20 laps out of the schedule. 78 laps. During that final run before that caution, everybody was running single file, and you were trying to make that outside line work. It just didn't go out to fruition, but luckily that caution came out, restacked them up, and seems as though you played your cards out right and came out victorious. But no, with that white flag was a bit interesting though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm still not sure what the heck happened. To be honest with you, but we had a lot of a single file. It really wasn't like planned because we were good on fuel until the caution came out. We didn't have enough for a green white checker. We only filled up enough because we had like maybe 10 people in our voice chat that we were just like gonna communicate and work together and stuff. So it was like me, Max, Mark, Cole Williams, Bridger, other guys that were like gonna work together throughout the whole race, and we lost some of them in wrecks, so that was quite unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, I was really mad when that caution came out because I knew I'd have to pit. Frank, I don't know how in the world Frank made it because he didn't really have a lot more fuel than we did, but I guess he had just enough. And I mean, okay, last lap, I thought I was just going to be pushing Max to win. You probably saw me. I was sawing on Max's back bumper, just trying to push him. I was committed to try and push him to the win. Then the whole pack just flew apart. And it was like maybe 5 of us clear, 6 of us clear. We were going to race out for ourselves, rather. But I lost momentum because I got lag clipped by Visconti. His internet's the equivalent of a trailer park, and that's coming from me. I have a terrible internet. But yeah, so that broke my momentum. So that kind of screwed Max's race, and him, Mark, made contact. So that opened the door for me to go way high. And Frank throws a block there. I go to the bottom. Good move there, and then cars crashing behind me, and then I seen some dudes just driving in the middle of the goddamn racetrack at like 130 mile an hour. I just swerved high. I mean, I apologize to Frank. I couldn't do anything else there. What do I want to do? Plow into the car in the last lap? So I don't know if he's bitter about it or not, but I'm glad I came out with the win. I've had terrible luck this season, like plate races in this league. I'm just really happy to at least get a good finish, let alone a win here. So I'm glad to get this season back on track.
Benjamin A. White in the 15 rounds himself out of the top of the board, leading 20 laps out of the scheduled 78. Before we let you go, though, any sponsors want to thank you for tonight?
Yeah, I do want to thank Nebula Esports, obviously, for bringing me on as a team driver there. Thank Landon Mills Paints for the wonderful paint scheme. I don't know if the Stars and Stripes one showed in the stream tonight, but beautiful paint. Thank you, Landon. Do want to thank all my teammates and people that I was working with throughout the race. I named them off earlier. And no thanks to Rocket Racing. Use code. They made a mistake because they dropped Nebula for whatever reason, and now they're going downhill. So get your Rocket Racing set up. Use code. They messed up. Thank you. Have a good night.
See you, Benjamin. That's Benjamin A. White in the 15. We'll scoot ourselves back one spot. Amanda came up short in that 044 DeAngelis, and that all played out through, I mean, the only reason he came out second was through the tri-oval, because Austin Johnson was sitting in the middle of the track, and Benjamin Starr had to door you up the racetrack. Just walk me through those final laps, Frank.
Oh boy, that restart, or that yellow before the green-white checkered, everyone pitted. I said, there's no way I'm going to be able to get by everyone. So I stayed out, took the risk on fuel. That was a success. I just tried to stay bottom, work together with Mark. Shout out to him. He pushed the living hell out of me those last 2 laps. He did it smart. He did it safe. He backed up mid-corner, shoved me down the whole straightaway, even through the tri-oval. We were going to be good, and then he got taken out, and that wreck happened. I just threw it was a 50-50. It could have been the best block ever, but it turned out to be the worst possible thing I could have done in that scenario. Tried to use the lap car as a pick, and that really countered against me as well. Still happy with the P2 though. Thank God we brought it home in one piece.
Yeah, but you counted yourself out second as you were side by side with Benjamin, and after that, Austin Jones played a factor into that. Sort of got doored up the racetrack, but you come home second here, leading 4 laps. Of course, you gambling there on fuel. How much fuel do you have at the end?
Oh, I had more than enough. I didn't look exactly. Let me look now. I can't look. It had to have been under 1.5 gallons, because coming to the white, I got the 2-lap warning.
All right, about 10-4. Frank DeAngelis runs himself out second, but before we let you go, any sponsors want to take you for tonight?
Like always, no sponsors, no teams. I don't really take this seriously anymore, I don't take iRacing that big anymore. Shout out to Grandpa for watching, giving him something to do. Can't wait to be there whenever I get my car fixed, IRL. Yeah. Thank you to you guys, making right calls. It was just really fun. I had a blast.
Alright, 10-4. Frank Daniels found still out second. We'll go ahead and see you coming to your next race.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Dragging one more person into the booth. That's Tabor. Came up third off of that. Had a pit, unfortunately, but worked himself in the back all the way back to third. Tabor, congratulations on your third place finish. Walk me through tonight's race.
Well, I mean, it was kind of a slow race. I was pretty uncomfortable just being up front for a while until the last, I don't know, 15, 20 laps. But I found my groove. I found my pace. I had Garrett Hess in my ear the whole time. He is the reason that we finished third. He just kept me calm. He kept me going. So shout out to him. I should give all credit to him. But overall, it was a pretty exciting race from my perspective. I'm just glad that we didn't get wrecked in one of the earlier incidents and we made it to the line.
Yep, you made it to the line here tonight. You led one lap out of the scheduled 78, but it was interesting during that final run. Of course, with everybody just running single file all the way to that caution. What were you banking there for? Of course, you close there on fuel. What were you looking for?
Well, honestly, I would have been fine if we went green because I had done a lot. We were doing a lot of work with calculating our fuel, and we figured out that we would have been good to the end without a green white checkered. And in theory, we didn't have to pit, but this was another situation like the ARCA race that was a few weeks ago, where I stayed out, and there ended up being 3 green white checkers, and so we ultimately lost position in that race because of having to pit because of the green white checkered. So me and Garrett kind of just figured, we're gonna pit, and obviously it still paid off. I was confident enough in our pace that we could get back up there. We kept the truck pretty clean all night. I think we got into one accident that sent us around, but no real big damage. And that final lap was we just kept my foot planted.
Happy to round yourself out third here tonight. Congratulations, man. But before I let you go, any sponsors I want to thank you for tonight?
Tabor Accounting Group, Proximity Racing, those guys over there, they're really good. They're really cool. Garrett I shouted him out earlier, but he deserves extra credit. He deserves extra praise. Extra praise. He really, on the last race that we did, I think it was that ARCA race, he was in my ear too. So just all credit goes to him. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million again. He is one hell of a plate racer, and he is definitely helping. He's definitely helped me out get these good finishes when I run, and we'll try and end out the season with maybe getting a W.
All right, about 10-4, and Henry Tainer rounds himself out third. Go ahead and see you coming next race, man.
Thank you.
That will be all here for tonight. Again, congratulations to Benjamin A. White for coming out victorious after tonight's event. Until next time, though, apologies about the late start. Apologies about the hecticness and stuff like that. But finally, we end off this on a sort of a bit of a sour note there. It was an awkward finish, but regardless, thank you all for watching here for tonight. ACOG iRacing Series. We'll tune you in. Come in next time.